The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is a true game-changer in military aviation, representing the cutting edge of modern air power. It blends next-generation stealth, advanced sensors, and seamless battlefield networking into a single, formidable platform. The F-35's design allows it to operate undetected in hostile environments, gather critical intelligence, and coordinate with other assets in real time, making it a force multiplier on any battlefield. Its multi-role capabilities mean it can dominate in air-to-air combat, deliver precision strikes in ground attack missions, and conduct high-stakes intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, all within a single sortie. This versatility allows commanders to adapt quickly to changing threats and mission requirements, giving allied forces a decisive edge. For both Canada and the United States, the F-35 is at the heart of future air defense strategy. Through NORAD, the two nations must operate as a unified force, sharing responsibilities for the security of North American airspace. The F-35's interoperability ensures seamless cooperation and strengthens the partnership between these close allies. The United States is building its entire air combat future around the F-35, investing heavily in its development and integration. American defense leaders expect allies like Canada to keep pace technologically, ensuring that joint operations remain effective and that no gaps emerge in collective security. For Canada, this decision goes far beyond simply replacing aging jets. It's about maintaining relevance and credibility in both continental and global defense. Upgrading to the F-35 means Canada can continue to contribute meaningfully to Allied missions and uphold its commitments to partners. The F-35 acts as a flying command center, fusing vast amounts of data from its sensors and instantly sharing it across secure military networks. This real-time information flow enhances situational awareness for pilots and commanders alike, enabling faster, smarter decisions in the heat of battle. Without a modern fighter like the F-35, Canada risks falling behind its allies, unable to adequately defend its vast airspace or contribute effectively to joint operations. The stakes are high, and the consequences of inaction could be severe for national and allied security. Military planners now see the F-35 not just as an upgrade, but as absolutely essential for Canada's security and sovereignty in a rapidly changing and unpredictable world. Canada's F-35 journey has been long and politically fraught, starting with a non-competitive selection and years of debate. In January 2023, Canada committed to 88 F-35As, aiming to modernize its air force. But the 2025 election of Prime Minister Mark Carney brought a review of the deal, citing cost concerns and considering a mixed fleet. This pause injected uncertainty into Canada's largest military purchase and raised eyebrows in Washington. Canada is already contractually bound to the first 16 jets, but the review leaves its full commitment in doubt. Allies, especially the US, are watching closely, as Canada's participation is key to joint defense plans. The review, amid trade tensions, is seen by some as wavering on Canada's defense partnership. The US has responded to Canada's F-35 review with an unusually public warning, signaling just how high the stakes have become for both countries. This isn't just a routine diplomatic exchange. Washington's message is clear and direct. If Canada chooses to back away from its F-35 commitments, it will face serious consequences that go far beyond military hardware. The warning is not just about planes, but about trust, partnership, and the future of North American defense. American officials, including the US ambassador, have emphasized that reducing Canada's F-35 buy would undermine military interoperability, a cornerstone of NORAD and the very foundation of joint defense efforts. The ability to operate seamlessly together is vital in today's unpredictable security environment. Economically, Canada's access to the lucrative F-35 supply chain could be restricted, threatening billions in contracts and thousands of high-tech jobs across the country. Canadian aerospace workers and businesses stand to lose out on long-term opportunities if the deal falters. Politically, Canada risks being seen as an unreliable partner, which could diminish its influence not only in Washington, but also within NATO and other international alliances. The diplomatic fallout could be felt for years to come. The F-35 is more than a product, it's the backbone of Allied air power against global threats. For Canada, participating fully means having access to the latest technology and ensuring its pilots are equipped for the challenges of modern warfare. For the US, Canada's full participation is essential for North American security. The two countries have long relied on each other to defend the continent, and any weakening of that partnership could have far-reaching consequences. The warning comes amid a simmering trade war, suggesting the F-35 deal is now entangled with broader economic and political disputes. Defense and trade are now overlapping in ways that could complicate negotiations on both fronts. For Ottawa, the dilemma is stark: manage ballooning costs and domestic criticism, or risk a rift with its most powerful ally. The government faces mounting pressure from all sides as it weighs its options. The F-35 decision is now a test of the Canada-US relationship itself, putting decades of cooperation and mutual defense on the line. The outcome will shape the future of bilateral ties for years to come. Any reduction in Canada's buy will be seen as a direct blow to integrated defense, potentially weakening the very systems designed to keep both nations safe. The stakes have never been higher for both countries, as the F-35 decision will echo across military, economic, and diplomatic spheres for years to come. Escalating costs are at the heart of Canada's F-35 review. What began as a straightforward procurement has become a complex financial puzzle, with every new estimate raising more questions than answers. The projected price has soared from $19 billion in 2019 to nearly $28 billion by 2025, driven by inflation, high demand, and currency swings. Each new budget cycle brings fresh sticker shock, as global events and market volatility push costs even higher. Infrastructure upgrades for the jets are years behind schedule and over budget, partly due to new U.S. security requirements. Delays in construction and technology integration have created a domino effect, impacting every stage of the rollout. Even as the review continues, Canada is contractually moving forward. The first jets arrive in 2026, but will initially be based in Arizona for training. Canadian pilots will spend years abroad, preparing for a fleet that can't yet come home. Canadian bases won't be ready until at least 2028, with full operational capability not expected until 2032-2034. This means a prolonged period of transition, with significant gaps in domestic readiness. The aging CF-18s are nearing retirement, making delays risky for national defense. Maintenance costs are rising, and the risk of capability gaps grows with every passing year. Every cent drop in the Canadian dollar adds $250 million to the program's cost, compounding financial uncertainty. Exchange rates have become a silent but powerful force shaping the project's future. Rising costs, delays, and currency risks have forced the government to reconsider the full 88-jet plan. As the numbers climb and timelines slip, the debate over Canada's F-35 future grows more urgent and complex. Ottawa is now debating a mixed fleet, fewer F-35s, supplemented by a cheaper fighter like the Saab Gripen E. Supporters say this could save money and offer flexibility, using F-35s for high-end missions and another jet for routine tasks. The U.S. itself operates multiple fighter types, showing a mixed fleet can work. Critics, including RCF leadership, warn that two fleets would double complexity and costs, requiring separate training, maintenance, and infrastructure. They argue only a full fleet of F-35s ensures Canada can meet future threats and maintain interoperability with allies. A mixed fleet, they say, risks a capability gap and undermines Canada's role in high-intensity operations. For the RCAF, a single advanced fleet is the only logical choice. The F-35 debate cuts to the core of NORAD, where seamless US-Canada integration is vital. The US insists the F-35 is essential for future interoperability, as it securely shares real-time data that older jets can't match. If Canada opts for a mixed fleet or fewer F-35s, a technological gap could emerge, undermining joint operations. Proponents argue that only a full F-35 fleet keeps Canada as an equal partner in continental defense. Critics counter that interoperability is about shared procedures, not just hardware, and that NATO allies operate mixed fleets successfully. Still, the US has defined the F-35 as the new standard for NORAD. any deviation risks being seen as Canada stepping back from its responsibilities. The political reality: Washington expects full F-35 participation. Anything less could strain the trust at the heart of the alliance. The F-35 decision has major economic implications for Canada's aerospace sector. Over 100 Canadian firms have earned $1.8 billion in F-35 contracts, supporting thousands of high-tech jobs. Reducing or canceling the order could jeopardize future contracts, as the U.S. may favor suppliers from more committed partners. This would erode a key economic argument for the jets and threaten Canada's position in the global supply chain. The uncertainty is already making it hard for Canadian companies to plan and invest. The government must balance fiscal responsibility with the risk of damaging its defense industry and international reputation. The economic benefits, and potential losses, add another layer of complexity to the F-35 debate. As of October 2025, Canada faces a defining choice on the F-35, with huge implications for defense, the economy, and U.S. relations. The government must weigh rising costs and delays against U.S. pressure and the RCF's needs. Proceeding with all 88 jets would appease Washington and secure industry benefits, but at a steep and rising price. A mixed fleet could save money, but risks diplomatic fallout, economic retaliation, and operational headaches. Delaying further only increases the risk of a dangerous gap as the CF-18s retire. The F-35 decision is now urgent, a test of the government's ability to balance international pressure with national security. The outcome will shape Canada's defense and alliances for decades to come.